It's an old Soviet monument. About to have a boba tea on the remains of Hitler's bunker. Never thought I'd say that one. Were you born in East Germany by any chance?
Yeah.
You mind telling me what was life like back then? Deep question, I know, but... Hallo, and welcome to Deutschland. Germany. Germany, Germany, Germany. It's a huge country, and when people tend to think of Germany, they tend to only think of that one thing. The fact that they have really good beer, and meat, and wieners. On today's journey, we will go and explore the modern Germany. Germany of the 21st century, which, like all of Western Europe, has been changing quite a lot. Perhaps a good sign of that is that you have a Best Western hotel right over there amidst the historical city center. And by the way, the historical city center in Germany is a real treasure. Not many of them survived World War II. We're not going to talk about World War II the whole time, I promise. But we will a little bit. All right, let me go climb down this 500-year-old tower. I guess people really were shorter 500 years ago. Oh, man. Almost destroyed my skull a few times walking down these stairs. And now here we are on the streets of Deutschland. Unfortunately, I don't really speak German. I never really studied it. I did learn some survival German in the past couple of days. It's not much, but hopefully I'll get my point across. Anyway, this is the town of Bautzen, and it's in East Germany. It's very close to the border with Poland and Czechia. And for those of you who know your history, you'll know that the divide between West and East Germany was a very significant one. They were two different countries for over 40 years. I've ended up in a chess match here on the street. Battle of minds. Hi, hello. He took a brazen move. He's in command right now. I'm all here by myself. Alles check?
Ja.
Is it checkmate?
Nee, eigentlich noch nicht. Warte mal. Ich will mal kurz überlegen.
Wie?
Wenn ich rübernehme. Ja, stimmt. Ja, das ist smart. Ja, stimmt. Nee, wenn ich hier. Ja, stimmt, ne? Smart, auf jeden Fall.
Engels, bisschen,
Gibt es dann eine kleine Spende rein, so 2 Euro, 2, 3 Euro dort in die Büchse?
Ich mach.
And now I have to pay money? I think I just lost and I gotta pay. Wie viel?
2 bis 3 Euro so.
Okay, oh, whatever. It's like a donation. Danke.
Danke auch.
Du bist Expert, Master,
Das ist ja für unsere
Grandmaster.
Für unsere Schachtel, für die Nachwuchs, für die Kinder. Die fahren jetzt zur deutschen Meisterschaft, da brauchen die ganze Menge Geld. Das kostet Fahrgeld für die ganze Menge. Dann ist Übernachtung dort und das kostet die ganze Menge. Und die Eltern haben auch nicht so viel Geld und wir als Verein haben auch nicht so viel Geld. Ich habe gesagt, ich bin Rentner, ich gehe hierher und versuche was für die Kinder zu sammeln.
So.
Ja, also vielen Dank.
Ja, danke. Okay, bye bye. Had absolutely no idea what he just said, but I think it's like a nice little chess thing set up for the kids. And I just got treated like a child. I've heard that if you lose a game of chess, that officially means you're an idiot. There we go. Finally proved it. See, this is the fun thing about barely speaking the language of the country at all. you just see a sign that says Kuchen ass. And I have no idea what it means. Apparently it's in this area though. I am not going to look up what coochie and ass means in German. Let's just assume that's exactly what it means.
Everything was possible.
Yeah.
In the past, it wasn't. So for us was a really good time.
Yeah.
So, Entschuldige, das
Alles gut, ich höre euch zu.
Alles gut. Alles gut. Wie heißt du?
Uschi.
Ushi. Oh, very nice. Oh, very nice. Good. Okay. And everything is still possible in Germany?
What?
Everything is still possible?
I would say not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not in this way like it was in the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
But life is still okay.
I would say compared to other countries, I think. And what region?
New York.
New York.
Yeah. Have you been to New York? Yeah, it was a big city.
Never.
Like the Berlin of America.
So for you, it's like, I don't know, it's like a...
No, it's very nice.
Yeah.
I like. How nice. We had our first actual intelligible conversation with some local Germans. That was nice. Many Americans will recognize this brand name, Lidl. It's becoming one of the most popular supermarket chains in the US. And guess where it came from? From Deutschland. Deutschland has conquered America and its supermarkets. Oh. Is that a cheesy pretzel right there? How do I open? Oh. Okay, yes, success. Yes, thank you. Danke. Ja.
Ich komme dir gerne.
Ja.
Der Tüte.
Yeah. Okay, danke. Bye-bye. All right. Just making friends with my basic German. So fun fact about Germany, they really do have pretzels all over the place. I thought that was cool. They even put cheese on pretzels. Which is a bit of a weird combo, but I like it. And here is a Hotisch shopping. Oh wait, I don't think I could show that in the video. Germany is apparently very relaxed about things of that nature. So I've rented a car. I just love how in Germany, like every other car is Mercedes, Volkswagen, there's a BMW over there. And then in Germany, you can drive on the Autobahn and you can go as fast as you want. Still sound like a kid. Ugh. A kid that gets his ass kicked at chess. As you walk along the street here and you look at the store names, you can't really see any signs of this being part of the former East Germany. You don't see any Cyrillic. I think all of the old buildings have been knocked down. It looks like a regular German town. And after 40 years of separation, I'm sure it's all the Germans wanted, as that lady said back there. Look at that berg over there. That's a nice berg. Berg means castle in German. It's one of the few words I know. I feel like German can't be that hard if you really want to learn it. There's a lot of cognates, you know. House, frei, that means free. Scheiße, that means shit. Einbahnstraße, I don't know what that means. But, you know, some of the words sound like English. All right, so I came to this town because I just found it on Google Maps. It looked like a cool little medieval German town. That's exactly what it is. But when you Google this place and you Google like news articles on it, the first thing that shows up is that apparently last weekend there was like a big Pride festival. And then there was a counter protest from neo-Nazis. I thought those were gone in Germany. I didn't want to talk about that. I'm trying really hard not to talk about Nazis in Germany, but shit, that's pretty relevant to the place I'm in right now. Anyway, let's not get into Germany's politics. I don't know enough about them. I don't think the current government is either Nazi or communist, so as long as it's not one of those two, I'm fine with it. So that was a nice little, possibly controversial town. Let's go to a city. Let's go to a city I have always been interested in. I've read about it. It's where some absolutely horrific history took place. Let's go to Dresden. Yeah, baby, we're on the Autobahn. My understanding is that on every highway in Germany you can drive as fast as you want. That's what I've been doing. If that's not correct, well, I haven't found out yet. All right. Welcome to Dresden. And this is definitely not what it looked like right after World War II. In 1944, in the final days of the war between Nazi Germany and the Allied powers, a rain of bombs fell down on this city, Dresden. And it was said that the conditions afterward were apocalyptic. Firebombs were dropped. The entire city was scorched. The mission was to destroy as much of the city with bombs as possible while the Soviet army marched over and prepared to enter. They wanted to weaken the German resistance for when the Soviets showed up. That may not have been the best plan in hindsight. Before the war, Dresden was Germany's 7th largest city. It was home to 600,000 people, and it was known as the Florence on the Elbe. When you look at buildings like this, you can see how it got that name. This building, home to an impressive museum, was completely destroyed in the bombings. This stuff you see over here is not from the bombings of World War II. I think it's under reconstruction.
Wiederaufbau.
Sorry. Hier Wiederaufbau?
Ja.
Ja. Bauen wir nicht?
Bitte?
Not bomb?
No.
No. Wiederaufbau. Okay. Sorted that out. Reconstruction. Not a bomb. Just a few structures like this fountain right here survived the complete annihilation of the city. The fountain is almost immaculately clean. Germany. They take care of stuff. At the conclusion of World War II, Dresden fell into the hands of the Soviets, and it became part of the Soviet puppet state of East Germany. And so, it was actually the Soviets and their resources that initially rebuilt Dresden. This building here is the Kulturpalast, which I assume means the Culture Palace. And it's one of the few buildings in Dresden designed by the Soviets that still stands. And then this large square over here apparently is the new market. The new market. Don't quote me on that translation. And it was, again, the Soviets that helped reconstruct all of this after World War II. In this case, they tried to make it look like the original style. In the 90s, after the fall of the Berlin Wall and the reunification of Germany, Germany came in and once again reconstructed the area, or at least polished it. And Western businesses returned to the square. Like the great German company McDonald's or Starbucks over there. All right. I've been driving around, walking around all day. I need a good meal. Let's go and try the best that Germany has to offer. Here on the side of the Culture Palast, you have one of those huge murals that the Soviets loved so much. You can see the hammer and sickle just up there. Got the proletariat, full display. This seems like the absolute perfect place to sit down and have dinner. Why is it only with the languages that I don't speak that they actually don't put English on the menu? Sauerbraten warm weiter ein. I'm trying to get some wieners here. Pause.
Verstehen Sie besser?
Okay, maybe Sauerbraten?
Sauerbraten?
Yeah,
gerne.
bitter. You know, something German.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sauerbraten, Sauerbraten.
So where are you from?
I'm from America, New York.
New York, oh.
Yeah.
So New York State or the city? Both.
Have you been to New York? I'm from Long Island. All right. They did not have sausages, but they did have Sauerbraten, which sounds pretty German to me. How do you say tasty in German?
Lecker.
Lecker, right, yeah, that's lecker. It's pretty lecker. Hey, that was cool. That guy was awesome. Used to live in America. He met the Amish. He said he couldn't understand the German that they spoke. Never knew that. I thought the Amish just spoke German like everybody else, but I guess they got a pretty weird dialect. Whoever said the Germans were unfriendly? Just been meeting friendly Germans left and right. When I understand them, anyway. So I just got some gas. And what I find interesting about Germany is that you can actually just take the pump and just start pumping gas into your car without paying anything. So I just got like almost $70 worth of gas. Oof. But theoretically, I could just hypothetically drive off. That all this stuff is still open at almost 12 o'clock at night. They got douches. They even got showers in here. You can stop in here, take a shower in the middle of your road trip on the Autobahn.
Can you sign, please?
Do people ever just get the gas and then drive away?
Sometimes, but we have good camera.
Oh,
We find it.
Good camera. Okay. Where's the bathroom?
Over there.
Okay, danke.
A little bit wide and this way.
Thank you. All right, this is... Oh. Don't even have to pay for the bathroom now. It's like a midnight special. All right. We are in Berlin. Welcome to another day in Germany. Just dropped off my rental car. Gotta say, Germany is definitely the most organized country I've been to in Europe so far. I mean, I've heard some bad things about the trains. Heard the airports can get messy at times, but I don't know, the airport in Berlin, pretty well functioning. So, you know, one of the great things about Germany is the most famous tourist monument in the entire country is free. Pretty sure a lot of monuments in Germany are free. So that's pretty cool. But you know, the history of this, the Brandenburg Gate, is actually way more interesting than something like the Eiffel Tower. Not only did this survive the Allied bombings in World War II, but afterward, when Berlin was divided into West and East, this actually lied in a kind of restricted zone. Nobody could see it for 40 years. I'm always walking past Spanish tour groups. I actually did not learn this until today, but again, during the Cold War, it was impossible to visit this, both people in West Berlin and East Berlin. Effectively, no one could go to this gate, and it just sat there in ruins. And it's only since 1990 that this has become a famous monument, the most famous monument in Germany. And now knowing that history, it definitely deserves that status. So now, crossing the street into this direction, I'm actually in the lands that used to be controlled by the Soviet puppet state, East Germany, the DDR. It almost looks like a no man's land still. Got what, not sure if this is either a park or just they allowed a forest to grow right outside the Brandenburg Gate. And then that apparently is the Reichstag, German parliament, the Congress of Germany. I'm sure Germany loves their Congress just as much as we love ours. But just like with the Brandenburg Gate, this building is also more important than it seems. It's a symbol for everyone in Germany. Because during the Cold War, Berlin, even in West Germany, capitalist Germany, the good Germany, it was carved into spheres of influence. Part of it was controlled by the French, one by the British, and even one by the Americans. Afterward, Berlin finally got to have its own government. And that is where they meet, I think. Or maybe that's where the whole German government meets. I'm trying. Okay, I just double checked, and it's not the Berlin city government that meets in there, but the German national government. So that's even more important. Very important symbolic building. Unified Germany. I also found out that the bunker where Hitler shot himself is only a few blocks from here, or at least the remains of it. Want to go see it? This innocuous looking apartment complex over here used to be the site of the Führer bunker. Bunker that Hitler was in at the conclusion of World War II. As the Allied powers closed in on Berlin, Hitler and Eva Braun killed themselves in the bunker. Hitler shot himself, Eva Braun probably poisoned herself, and Hitler gave orders to his troops to burn their bodies afterward. He was worried his body was going to be made a mockery, kind of like Mussolini in Italy. Nowadays, apparently, there's a kindergarten right there. There's apartments that people are living in. There's a sushi and noodle cocktail bar right there. And then right next door, there's a place advertising GHB. I don't know if I'd want to go to a cocktail bar. Right next door, they're selling GHB. I wonder how the people living here must feel. That's a bit of a... like, I wonder what the prices for these apartments are. They must give some kind of discount. I mean, if nothing else, just because you have dumb American tourists walking around with a camera right in your front yard. And here's a little cafe, ice cream place. I heard it was Hitler's favorite back in the day. Which one do you recommend?
I would say the fruit teas because there are many flavors.
Okay, passion fruit.
The medium or large.
Medium. I was just wondering, you might not know this, but are like the property prices here cheaper because of what happened? You know the history? Are the buildings cheaper? Nah?
We don't know.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, probably not gonna get a good answer on that one. Alright, so About to have a boba tea or fruit tea on the remains of Hitler's bunker. Never thought I'd say that one. Just a little bit sweet. After World War II, and after the Soviets took control of East Germany, this area where the bunker was fell into their control. And eventually, they didn't do it immediately, but they decided to demolish the bunker. They were concerned that, you know, such a site could end up becoming like a neo-Nazi memorial. And so, when you come here, there's literally almost no sign of the bunker being here. I'm surprised they even put that sign back there. It may not be the hottest property. Here you have a closed shopping center. It says it was the DDR Live shopping center. Not a lot of fond memories for that, apparently. And then just down the street is this monument right here commemorating the victims of the Holocaust. All of these columns are supposed to represent all the people that died in the concentration camps. Germany, unlike another country I'm thinking of that was involved in World War II, does not try to hide its past or the atrocities that were committed in World War II. They go out of their way to commemorate the victims of the Holocaust, and you know, they build monuments like this front and center, right in the middle of Berlin. Apparently, it's also a good place to play hide and seek. Let us check out the Berlin Metro. For a modern Western country, I will say that Germany seems to be relatively clean. I mean, hey, it's no Japan or Singapore, but for the West, it certainly got America beat. Okay. Discovered one major problem on the metro here. It doesn't seem to be any air conditioning. It's getting hot.
U2 nach Parkung.
Alright.
Einsteigen bitte.
That was actually not bad. So like the German metro is pretty well organized, but where's the AC? I'm sweating. Sweating buckets here. This is another big tourist site in Berlin, and surprisingly, it has to do with America. Like I told you before, during the Cold War, the US actually controlled a big section of Berlin, and actually a huge part of West Germany as well. That is the most appropriately placed McDonald's I've ever seen. Right next to the American flag. So this would have marked one of the checkpoints that divided the East and the West. The US military would have been running this checkpoint, and so everywhere in that direction would have been capitalist. West Berlin, appropriately, there's a homeless man sleeping right there. Oh, we even got a KFC up there. And then on the other side of the checkpoint, going in that direction, they even put a big photo of a Soviet soldier right there. This would have been East Germany, East Berlin. The people from East Berlin were not allowed to cross this checkpoint. They would have been shot trying. Hence, the whole Berlin Wall thing. The thing about Berlin that probably most people don't know is that in the run-up to World War II, before the Nazis took power, the Communist Party was actually more popular than the Nazis. And so, when the Nazi regime eventually fell, it actually wasn't that hard of a sell for the Soviets to come in and set up their own kind of communist puppet state. And then finally, this over here is one of the few remaining parts of the Berlin Wall. Almost the entirety of the Berlin Wall has been taken down, and honestly, with the way the city is designed now, you would hardly ever know it was there. During the Cold War, as the divide slowly began to creep up between the East and the West, as borders, both metaphorical and physical, went up, an actual wall was built by the Soviets and the East Germans. That was because people in East Germany, they wanted to reunite with their families, and they wanted to have freedom of movement. If you lived in the East, you couldn't go to the West. You couldn't go to France, you couldn't go to the UK, the US. You had to stay within that little area. And of course, as always happens with communism, people wanted to leave and go where capitalism was. So, hence Berlin Wall. And that stayed up all the way until 1990. That was not that long ago. That is very recent history. I was alive. One misconception about the Berlin Wall is that it was just one wall that separated like the West and the East. But in actuality, East Germany completely surrounded West Berlin. So the wall went all around the entire city, or the Allied controlled part of the city. So in effect, the people living in West Berlin were literally in an island of capitalism. To leave, they could only leave on this one highway that was like heavily guarded, fortified, or they could fly out. But it's kind of amazing to me that the city was still, you know, pretty productive, wealthy, even during the Cold War. I don't know how the people got into the mentality where they still wanted to make money and be good at it when you were constantly surrounded by all this nonsense. I do really like the way Berlin is designed. They have plaques and monuments everywhere explaining what happened during World War II, the lead up to World War II, what happened with the Berlin Wall. The whole city is like a living museum. All right, enough about World War II and the Cold War for a minute. Let's head across town, see what's going on in the modern Berlin. Guten Tag, from another day here in Berlin. You know, in recent years, over the last decade, I wouldn't say World War II or the Cold War is the most controversial topic in Germany anymore. That would probably be in 2015, when 1 million Syrian migrants were invited by Angela Merkel to come to Germany, which started a whole new trend of migration into Germany. This, like with many countries in Western Europe, has become a topic of heated discussion. But is it such a big deal? Is it a huge problem here in Deutschland? Well, today I will go to what I was told is the most diverse neighborhood of Berlin, and I'll show you what we find. Hopefully nice people. Apparently, the way the metro and the trains work in Berlin is there are different companies that run different lines, and it's a little bit confusing. Don't know where to buy the ticket. Oh, here we go. Alright, Berlin, English, no? English, bitte. I think we're going for a single ticket. One thing I have found pretty funny about the ticket machines here is often at the end it'll send you a message like, hey, are the trains on time? Are you having a shitty experience? Then you get to rate it from like 1 to 5. German efficiency. Maintaining order in a changing world. We're going to New Cologne. I don't know if that's the right translation, but that's where we're going. New Cologne. Seems okay so far. It says we are about to go on to Karl Marx Street. Karl Marx Strasse. The ultimate communist of them all. I mean, hey, he was German though. Communism did technically start in Germany. And here we are. Got Hachi Baba over there. See some Arabic on the sign over there. Huh. They actually have two Hachi Babas on the same street, within 50 meters of each other. Must be good. There's a guy yelling over there. Can't tell. I haven't figured out if he's crazy yet. Or if he knows the people here. You know him? Okay. Very loud.
Yeah, very loud.
Yeah. Turkish coffee. I make a little vlog.
Ah, you should have told me.
It's okay.
Okay. I hope you will like it.
I'm sure it'll be good.
I hope so. Did you drink it before?
Yeah, I've been to Turkey one time. That's why I wanted to have Turkish coffee.
Fingers crossed.
Danke, danke. Alright. Here we go. Yep. It's Turkish coffee. Pretty much like Arabic coffee. I don't know if there's a difference. But you know, it's just like one little cup. You dump a bunch of sugar in there.
Turkish tea with it?
Yeah, please. What is this called again? What is it called?
Katmer.
Okay, thank you. I've only been to Turkey once. I think I was there for like 2 days. Definitely not an expert on the culture, but I have heard they have a lot of good desserts. Thank you. I have a question. You're German, right?
I'm not German.
Oh, you're not
Turkish.
German? Oh, you're originally from Turkey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is this like a Turkish neighborhood or in general? Or like everybody?
Neukölln is like mixed with Turkish people and Arabs mostly.
Oh, okay.
So this is one of the places that you can find Turkish owners. The owner is Turkish for this place, but if you go out in the street, you will find many like Arabish style food and like maybe like shoe shops and other kinds of stuff.
Okay.
Mostly Arab, but there are Turkish people also.
Like Middle Eastern in general.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you. Your English is very good, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Let us have whatever this is. Alright, that's good. That's a bomb-ass dessert right there. That was extremely filling. That's gotta be like 1,000 calories or something. Is that actually a dessert or is that a meal? I don't even know. Alright. We finish this tea. Now let's continue our walk. 10 euros for all that. Not super cheap, but it's pretty good. I like Turkey. And I like Turkish people. Turkey is very far from being like Saudi Arabia or Pakistan when it comes to religion. People are more chill. You could see with the waitress there, she didn't have like a hijab on or something. At the end of World War II, Germany was completely destroyed. It was in utter ruin. All of the cities had to be rebuilt. And of course, with all the damages from the war, Germany also lost a huge part of its population. So it needed workers. So what happened was, Germany set up a program to bring in labor from other countries. And with Eastern Europe closed off, nobody was coming from there. Instead, the country that sent by far the most migrants to Germany was Turkey. At the Turkish Airlines office right over there, along with the Western Union setup, you just dip from Germany whenever you need to. Still can't get over that this street is called Karl Marx Street. That is hilarious. So Karl Marx Street is the most diverse area of Berlin. That's like a right-wing nightmare right there. How you doing? This is a church over here? Maybe. Not everyone in Germany speaks English. I hope you've noticed that by now. This is not the Netherlands or Sweden or one of those places where you never need to learn the local language. These are all... Hi, you speak English?
Yeah, please tell me what you want.
These are all cologne?
Yeah, all clothes.
Okay.
What is this?
Let's make it a little vlog if that's okay. You want me to
Please
turn
don't
it
make
off?
it.
No? Okay.
Don't make it, yes. Close it. Why you don't ask me before?
Sorry. It's your store. You don't want to promote your store?
Sorry. I cannot handle you.
Okay. I don't really know what was going on in that store. As soon as he saw the camera, he said, "You need to get out." Got really angry. What the hell? I was gonna buy some cologne, promote the place. I don't know if he's like selling stolen colognes in there or something. Fight the virus of control. But what is the virus? I don't know. Look at the boobs. They still have woolwork in Germany, apparently. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Dankeschön. Gut, wie geht's Ihnen?
What kind of store?
Wie?
English, little?
Ich spreche kein Englisch.
Oh, okay. This is like a table. This is like a plate store. If you need a plate, that's the place to go. Not a whole lot going on in this neighborhood. All right, yeah, sorry about that. Safe now. Spreek the English?
Englisch, nee, sorry.
Nee?
Deutsch? Dänisch auch?
Ein bisschen.
Bisschen, egal, bisschen.
Egal, English bisschen. Okay. So we have no conversation. Any other language?
Englisch gar nichts.
Français?
Französisch auch nicht.
No.
Türkisch, Deutsch.
Turkish. Oh no, me Turkish, Deutsch. No.
Wollen Sie mir was sagen?
Do you want to tell me something?
Ah, nicht. Ik wil talk.
Können Sie Englisch sprechen?
Oh, wait, okay. Wait. I also do Google Translate.
Can you speak English?
Wie geht's?
Mir geht's good.
How are you?
Yeah. I love how excited this guy is.
Technology. Ja, alles, ja.
Ik mag.
Google.
Ik mag.
Ha ha ha.
Nee.
This is a top tier interaction right here.
And do you like Berlin?
Zum ersten Mal.
Zum ersten Mal. And ik mag. Ik mag Berlin.
Ja, coole Stadt. Party, Sex, Drogen. Alles.
Wo ist
Cool city party, 6 drugs, everything.
this man is this man should be on the tourism board for Berlin.
The party
Yeah.
starts tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Montagabend fahren.
I'm from
Oh, go Monday evening.
Aber ich lebe seit
But I've been living here in Berlin since 79.
Wow.
I am a grandfather 5 times.
Wow.
5 Enkeln.
5 enkelen. Wow, okay.
5 granddaughter. Old man.
Glückwunsch.
Glückwunsch.
Danke.
Glückwunsch.
Oldman.
Me, almost old man. Soon old man. Wait.
Sie waren also während der Berliner Mauer hier?
Ja.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. He's here during the Berlin Wall.
Früher war Berlin so klein, so.
Berlin used to be so small.
Very small. Klein. Okay, yeah.
Ja. Nach der Mauer ist groß geworden.
Wow.
After the wall grew big.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Früher war Berlin wie Gefängnis hier.
What was 69 dad and must mother come?
Ich bin später gekommen.
Oh, okay, so Mama,
Papa.
Mutter,
Vater
69.
69 hier Berlin.
Yeah.
Aber mit Zug gekommen.
Oh, okay. He's not talking about 69. He's saying his parents came in 1969.
Papa und Mutter mit Train.
Oh, mit Train, mit Zug.
Whoop.
Ah.
No.
Deutsche Frau.
German women and German weather.
Nicht vertrauen.
I don't know what he's trying to say, but I can imagine.
Ja.
That was hilarious. Don't even need to learn German. That's the future right there, apparently. They're learning all these languages for nothing. All right, so we are now in the Raw area. Raw Gallant. Monday Night Raw. Apparently this is the part of Berlin, the bars and the clubs and the MDMA and ketamine and everything else. I was also told this is one of the only places in Berlin that could possibly be considered a dangerous neighborhood at night at 3 a.m. if you're intoxicated and on drugs. I mean, it looks more like a hipster art area to me, but what do I know? Okay, let's get ready. I feel like I'm gonna go blind after being in this thing. It says I'm supposed to wait 5 minutes for the photos to show up, but I'm getting a little impatient here. 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. I think I'm just gonna leave. Somebody's gonna get 4 pictures of me looking very confused. You speak English?
Little bit.
Little bit? What's the story of your furniture here?
This furniture comes from Bali. Old boat.
Made from old boats in Indonesia. Okay.
This is the material from old boat.
Alright. There you go. Wish I had a house in Germany so I could support Indonesian craftsmen. That's Indonesia. Hopefully we can make it back there towards the end of this Eurasia trip. This place at night is like a big party place. Right? A lot of bars, clubs.
Evening. You have here 7 clubs. Yeah, but if you come here to 9 or 10, it's full.
It's already full.
People look and drink outside, and then 12 go in to party.
Oh, okay. It's already sehr gut. It's kind of funny. I just spoke to this girl. I didn't realize the camera was off. And I asked her, like, can you name a dangerous neighborhood in Berlin? And the only one she could come up with was Neukölln, the neighborhood I was just in. So, I feel like Berlin is not that bad. So Germans are so legit at business that they managed to replace Coca-Cola. Kind of. It is better than Coca-Cola?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. It kind of tastes exactly the same, to be honest with you. But yeah, Germany, the giant of Europe. They dominate the economy on the continent. And because all of the countries in Europe, except for a few, are in the EU now, they're in the economic union, Germany kind of sets the rules for everybody. They dominate. Just ask the Greeks. I say that as I walk past whatever this store is. Germany. Dominating. I'm not gonna lie, this area actually seems kind of awesome. I gotta come back here at night and go to like a warehouse party or something. I feel like you haven't truly visited Berlin until you've done that. I'm not sure if we can put that on camera, but I'll let you know how that goes. Hey, quick interruption from somewhere in the world that's clearly not Europe. Just wanted to remind you, I got Patreon videos. If you don't mind supporting me for as little as $5 a month, you can watch bonus videos from countries I'm not even going to put on YouTube. Italy, the Netherlands, probably a few other countries I forgot about. They didn't make it onto YouTube. I might post it later. At the very least, you'll get to see an early release. But yeah, check it out before this elevator door opens. I'll see you later. So this is absolutely shocking to Americans. To use the public bathroom, you need to pay €1. And because it's 2024, they even have a little thing to swipe your credit card if you don't have any cash on you. Amazing. At least the bathrooms are really nice, but this is definitely one of my few problems with Germany. Okay, so I just got done getting a visa. The embassy happened to be in this random area way on the eastern side of town. And I just randomly stumbled upon this over here. Check this out. It's an old Soviet monument. But what's inside is even more interesting. So we've stumbled upon a massive Soviet cemetery that was dedicated to all the people that died fighting Nazi Germany. The Soviets built it after they took control of East Germany. But look at the scale of this thing, it's insane. And there's barely anybody here. I don't think this is on like any tourist map. You can see on this plaque right here, this monument, it's 1941, 1945, years of World War I, when the Soviet Union was fighting Germany. Before that, they had a truce. All right, for a moment, I'm gonna have to channel the spirit of another mildly controversial vlogger. Look at these Soviet sculptures. Here are all the Soviet people. The Soviet Union, by far, lost the most people during the war. Nazi Germany's aim was to completely conquer the Soviet Union, and because they viewed Slavic people as being lesser people, just like the Jews and the Gypsies, many of them would have been exterminated. Up there is a monument, a giant Soviet soldier watching over the entire area. Yeah, it's cool, but this white marble is really blinding. You know, I'd finally bought a nice pair of sunglasses. I bought like these $150 Ray-Bans or whatever they were. And then they got stolen in Brussels. Brussels. Not a big fan of that place. Oh, look at this. Imagine that in free, modern, post-war Germany. There's a quote from Joseph Stalin on this monument. The Soviets really did dig some of the most epic monuments ever. I mean, look at this. It's got like a tank over here. I think that's like an explosion. I'm not sure who's supposed to be like the Germans and who's supposed to be the Russians. I guess they're the Russians, and the tank is the Germans, and the Soviets are like bravely standing up to them. Actually, apparently every single one has a quote from Stalin. I guess this was still in the middle of Stalin's cult of personality. Not a good time to be alive in Russia. Or East Germany. I guess this place was just so damn epic that the German government decided to never tear it down. It's also technically a tomb, a cemetery. There's Soviet soldiers buried here, so I guess that would be controversial to knock it down. But this is almost like preparation for the coming month. As I continue to move eastward on this trip across Eurasia, we'll be coming into contact with many former Soviet monuments and the legacy of the Soviet Union. Were you born in East Germany by any chance?
Yeah.
You mind telling me what was life like back then? Deep question, I know, but I like your shirt, by the way. Great shirt.
What was life like? So I'm not born in, I wasn't born in here in Berlin. I was
Okay.
in a different place in Germany, further south. I mean, I was 19 or so when the wall came down.
Okay.
And before that, I think it was okay from my point of view. So
Interesting.
we had enough food, some variety, and the only thing that was missing, you know, you couldn't easily travel, so you could only see something like, you know, the US or something.
Yeah. Was it possible to go to like Poland or?
Yeah, always, you know, to the east there wasn't a problem. I was
Okay.
even in
Eastern
the
Bloc.
Soviet Union once, stuff like this. I think East Germany was kind of different to some parts of the rest of Eastern Europe. So you had, I think it was probably a little bit better than the Soviet Union and Poland and some of the Eastern European states. It wasn't bad. So let's put it this way.
Okay.
Did you have any expectations in what it might have been like?
I mean, you know, obviously we only really hear about how it was like the Stasi and like the secret police.
So I never had to do anything with them. So that I think if you came in contact with like, let's say, the state, in a way, if you didn't fit in, it could have been worse.
I see.
So even as a youth, they you know, when you didn't work in school, kind of, they even sent you to places where you had to kind of do forced work and school, which was bad.
Oh, man.
It created kind of a stigma of people who went there.
Yeah.
And in the worst case, you would be locked up.
For not going to school?
No, it's basically not behaving correctly.
Oh, not behaving correctly.
Yeah, so I was never really politically active, so my favorites are more technically. So I was kind of, you know, serving alongside and not really being interested in what other people thought politically was correct.
Oh,
so
okay.
in that way.
Did you have any family that lived like on the western side?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we regularly got packets from the west. You know,
Okay.
they are actually famous Western delivery packets. You know, there's even we had a saying like ripping it off like a West packet.
Okay.
Kind of looking into
Nice.
seeing it, what it's like.
Was that they had to like send it secretly, or what was it?
No, that was officially, and of course not everything ended up being delivered what was put into the packet. So if you had stuff like certain magazines, or sometimes even some people sent like music on cassettes or something that wouldn't end up in your hands. After, you know, the unification, you can see whether someone was from East Germany or West Germany just by looking at what they wear.
Oh, really?
So
I can believe that.
So definitely getting a pair of jeans or something was an awesome thing to get.
Exciting.
Yeah.
I imagine. Okay, one last question. When
Yeah.
did you get to play Final Fantasy II?
I have to admit I never played it.
You never played it?
I never played Final Fantasy II.
Have you played Final Fantasy VII? Or?
7, yeah, I basically started with 7.
Okay, I mean that's the best one. Damn, couldn't have chosen a more perfect dude to ask about the history of this place. And so, that may be all for our little trip across Germany. It was a quick one, and I feel it wasn't super dramatic or anything. Nothing crazy happened, but we saw a lot of interesting stuff, and I really enjoyed it. Maybe next time I come back, I'll learn more German. Germany, of course, continues to change, both economically and demographically. People from Eastern Europe continue to come here, people from Turkey, the Middle East. And Germany, as it was all throughout the Cold War, is proof that in spite of the problems in the West, people would rather live in the free world than whatever they had in the East. But Germany's seriously been great. I liked it, and I'd recommend you come visit. Until next time, in Eastern Europe, tschüss.